Hello, friends out there. It is Friday evening, and what better thing to do when you've been vaccinated and feel dizzy and kind of weak as to feel sorry for yourself and play a certain game, horror game, by Black Tabby Games. Slay the Princess. So, well, okay, I was just kidding, of course, like to 70%. I was indeed vaccinated, and, well, I heard word of this game, and it felt, now that I indeed don't feel, like, so energetic that I actually want to play anything else, where any reactions are asked for anything. So far it appears to be a good choice maybe for tonight, or like for the next hour or so. So I heard word of this, Slay the Princess, and it could be interesting. So this is a psychological horror game. Let's do it. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. Do I have to click? Yeah.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So we probably hear a voice in our head that says this. So there is a girl, a princess. Could also be an old lady, of course, but a princess in the basement, and we need to kill her. That is kind of suspicious, or it moves, depending on where we have the mouse pointer. Well, explore the end of the world. What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Well, it's just because she's a princess, like killing a person, right? Then, can someone else do this? I would always rather ask, why shouldn't I do something? Yeah, that's just my tip to get forward in life. But of course, people will be there. People will immediately find you if you have such an attitude and exploit you. So be careful if that is your philosophy. Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Oh, that's actually a very good answer. Especially if you feel sorry for yourself. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Yeah, most people love it, right? That someone else tells them what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution! Yeah, that is more humoristic, right? Silently continue to the cabin. Well, okay, well, maybe we should start talking with the voice in our head, right? The end of the world, what are you talking about? It's always good to have some more information.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Well, I know people who would probably say that no more people would be an excellent thing for our planet. And all the birds and the trees, but yeah, that's another story. Are you saying anything else? No. It's not very helpful. But yeah, but how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Evasive, aren't we? So the voice in our head doesn't help us. Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
It could also be that we are actually like a psychopath or whatever, or we do have evidently some psychological issues probably, and maybe we just abducted a little girl or something, and this voice in our head tells us stuff, right? We can't even remember anything. That is highly suspicious, I would say, right? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Well, the voice in our head also has a British accent, so... and I guess this voice in our head is not a monarchist. Yeah, but yeah, my argument from before was like that slaying anybody is possibly a bad thing unless there's a very, very good reason for it. Like self-defense, for example. But we are not under attack here. Well, we are going to say this to the voice, but have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
A bit evasive again, aren't we?
Let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Well, I'm not convinced.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think this is all a matter of trust. Trusting a voice in your head. I think it's a problem to have a voice in your head in the first place, so... Maybe we are a narcissist, but I think most likely we have some psychological issues here.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Yeah, well... Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Well, maybe someone heartbroken. By the way, to speak of role-playing here, the game is considered, or like the game has the tag a dating sim. And I don't see that one here, but let's see. So, but it's certainly very interesting. And I think the person might be heartbroken or has been heartbroken who made this and wrote this. But let's see, so there is a princess to be slayed, right?
Maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Nah, we are not evil, right? So... Okay, look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face,
I guess we'll
right?
just have to see what happens, but a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies, and the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Well, a web of lies sounds very much like my personal ex, but I think I'm good. Yeah, I think we will be able to withstand that. Because, yeah, and maybe that's the reason this is happening here. Because we are in the unique position, yeah, to be relatively immune to any sweet talk. Besides... heart that has been ripped out can't be broken, right?
Then each and every one of us is doomed.
Well, yeah, I won't be so negative.
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Well then, yeah, we'll see. Oh,
You
there
make
is
your
the
way
cabin.
up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Yeah, okay.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
No, we've got a second voice in our head. Okay, so this is getting more suspicious.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I think we have some split personality disorder or something. The only thing now is to proceed into the cabin. I would have liked to walk around it first, but well, looks pretty nice there though. I mean, I bet we could look at the night sky.
Is entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Where's that there? Well, I guess one of our other personalities left it there, huh? For ourselves.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah. No, let's just go down there. We are leaving the blade up here. If the situation demands, then we can get the blade, but I'm not even considering to slay anybody here.
The basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
That is something only an evil person would say.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Are we actually, by the way, are we actually in Austria maybe? Because sometimes there are people in basements there.
Hello? Is someone there?
Aww.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Oh, I think the hero, that's the person who's the heartbroken one or something.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Yeah. We are armed with our intellect and our golden heart. By the way, in the game Deus Ex, we even saw that we have a golden heart, so... Hey, I think I'm here to slay you. We are not going to scare the poor thing. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
That is a bit suspicious. So if we have a split personality, then we would not be here, right? Or maybe our voice is different because it is indeed another voice, or the personality has another voice or something. Or we had a cold or something.
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Oh, the poor thing. That's exactly how women manipulate you guys, yeah? And girls. That's, yeah, I know that's how you girls do it. I have the experience.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Oh, she's the grandest threat for any male heart. But yeah.
I'm begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I feel that is also a bit suspicious. Hold on. Let's talk a bit first, maybe. But I'll see what I can do. Yeah. No, let's talk first. Let's be a bit careful. Yeah. I never said that I wanted to go forward. Aww. Aww. Oh my goodness. Oh, there is really a lot. There are a lot of options that we could say, but actually I would go for what's your name? Yeah, and that's a good point. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? And maybe this whole thing is more like, maybe we are actually in a psychiatry or something, and this whole thing is happening in our head, which would be the most likely explanation, in my opinion. What are you going to do if I let you out? I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. I'm sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world. Nah. Go back upstairs to retrieve the blade without saying another word. Yeah, that would be total psycho. I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get you out of here. Don't make me regret this. Yeah, I mean, I think we should be cautious, right? Although, like, she doesn't strike me like the martial arts expert or something, but her eyes are kind of, there's something sweet but also creepy. Well, then, what's your name?
Oh.
And now she looks really a bit creepy.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Okay, well, maybe she is really a princess.
Princess, her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
That's actually insane. So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Yeah, she's intimidated. I mean, let's just imagine. There's a guy coming down and she's chained there. And she probably thinks that we are going to rape her now or something. Or slay her. That would be even worse. By the way, I read a very interesting article the other day about the Romans and the thing that it wasn't allowed to actually kill a virgin or like to prosecute someone like a woman who's a virgin, which forced the executioner basically to rape them first, which is quite horrible, right? But that was like one of the legal principles. Yeah, but well, maybe that thought got too far here. So she doesn't. I think it's a power play, of course. She wants to keep her name for herself, maybe, or she doesn't have one.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah. That's
she
kind of...
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
So I have to say that this is very nicely done here. Like this loop of logic, so because it's really weird. But I think like her motive could be, of course, that she is not comfortable to tell us her name. And that's a way to resist this situation. So it's not necessarily something that speaks against her, right? but rather actually that she's courageous to a degree, right? Oh, and also she's looking so... Oh. But I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. But actually, like, if I'm the first person you've seen in a while... No, let's ask first... No, let's ask first this here. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? And actually, I'd like to say, ask her who was the last person she saw. And we can't ask that.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
That has to do everything with it.
This is
what?
The only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess.
Well, the voice in our... the voice in our head doesn't need to agree to anything. Besides, I think, so this is like a hint that we are probably just... I think we have some psychological problems. I think that's the only explanation. Because if she were a real person, she would be dead. Yeah, if no one gave her any food. So, and now that there's not...
Actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Okay, well, what I like is that the logical chain, so they are really anticipating what you probably would think about. Yeah, now we don't get an answer. Yeah, so I think this is all in our head. So, I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason, right?
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Yeah, well, and to tell?
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Yeah, that's the point. So there's really a huge manipulative aspect here, I think.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
I think it's about everything. What
it's
she
not
would do.
like you'd believe me.
I don't believe anything right now. Well, okay, but the thing is, of course, like, having some trust. So I was sent here to slay you. I was sent here to slay you. You are apparently a threat to the world. I'm starting to think it's true there's something about you that doesn't feel right. She's a girl, yeah? Who doesn't really, who didn't want to tell us. Oh, the poor thing. Oh, I really want to hug her right now, but then I think she would be totally scared. Well, but I don't think you're actually dangerous, come on.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
Well, why did you just say I think?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
Yeah, so I think we have psychological problems, and she's one aspect of our split personality. Which means I think we need to help her. So I think it is about that something in our personality. She thinks she likes the world, but she can't remember much about it. Because maybe I think we were probably heartbroken or something, and or something else really bad happened, maybe losing someone, maybe the family or something, but I think there's a romantic aspect here, otherwise she wouldn't have this décolleté over there. And so I guess we have psychological problems and are probably heartbroken or something, and we maybe she is the personification of our love. And one aspect of our personality thinks that if we just destroy that part of our heart forever, then at least we can live on and function, although without love, but then at least we can, spend some more time living, yeah. Maybe like a zombie to a degree, but at least living. But I think we should rather try to sort this out.
How long has she been locked away?
Yeah.
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her.
Aww.
She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
That is true. She just needs to push one button or something.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
That is true.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Yeah. Trusting in love, maybe.
I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about.
I was just wanted to say before she changed this expression here that she looked really sweet, but now she looks kind of aggressive, angry and dangerous. But that is actually totally justified because we are talking about her life, right?
Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to?
Yeah, that's the question.
We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Okay, that's actually good information, because now we know that at least it's not us that brought her here. So our split personality is, or at least like, it's not like another personality of us brought her down here, because otherwise she would have recognized us,
Don't
right?
let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk.
That's a good
stand to
point.
lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Speaking of the British royal family, right? Yeah, but I mean, on the other hand, like ending the world would mean like if we try to love someone again and then be crushed again, then this would destroy us really for good, and we could never recuperate from that. And in so far it's about risk. And a risk, and I think you agree that this is a risk a lot of people are not willing to take anymore, and that's why they are so grumpy. Or worse. So I think we are certainly not going to kill her, but let's talk with her a little bit. Yeah, I think this is a good thing. So I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's not about risk. So I'm going to keep you locked away down here. No, we're not. I don't think that we should, like, make such a decision here. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. What if I stayed for a while and just kept you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy. Yeah, that's just shying away from the decision. Let's talk with her a bit. I'm going to keep you locked away down here for the moment, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Yeah, I would think so, right?
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Really?
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Well, how? She's chained.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
Yeah. Also, this way we can actually find out if someone brings food.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Now she looks like a psychopath. And and I think this is, well...
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Now she looks kind of creepy. Well, I want to talk more with her. We need to know more. Now we can only retrieve the blade. Okay, let's get you out of here. Examine the chains. Lock her in the basement. I'm not comfortable with just unlocking her. But, well, let me check the chains anyway. Okay, let's get you out of here. Examine the chains.
Can't be serious.
Yeah, I am. I want to look at them.
Thank you. You won't regret this, I promise.
Well, promises about trust.
You're making
a
huge mistake.
Says the voice in our head, right?
I think you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's...
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Yeah, I was just thinking about the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
There was only the blade. I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. I think that's
okay.
The thing.
I'll be here. Good luck.
Yeah, let's check
You
it.
make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
Huh?
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
So we are not alone
Someone
here.
else here?
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Oh. Hey, let me out of here.
Shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Well, now we
You're
can't
here to
kill her
slay the
anyway.
princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Well, now we don't have the dagger. Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom?
Yeah. Also, no one tells me to take an instrument of murder.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
Now we are being chained beside her,
I heard
huh?
the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah, looks like it.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
Oh, nah.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Yeah.
She barely hesitates,
hey.
raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limbs.
Oh my
Determination of a
god.
trapped wolf.
Oh my god. Oh my god, what's happening? That was like a shock. Stop doing that,
As she
please.
rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal.
Oh god.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Yeah, I want to run up the stairs now.
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
No, come on. She's probably totally desperate. And also, she most likely has a total trauma, so let's save her.
Fine. Against your better judgment.
What? No, I didn't want...
the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
No! Also, what's going on with our hands? I think we are totally insane. I think we are just insane here. I don't want that.
You cut into her flesh.
No, don't cut her
The
flesh.
blade is sharp, and it takes little
Oh
effort
my
to crack
god.
through the bone of
I
her
get
arm.
goosebumps. And it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Oh my god.
Her limb falls to the
Oh.
ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Oh my god, what's going on here?
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Yeah, that's getting more suspicious on the other hand. Like, no one would do that,
No.
right?
She didn't. She smiles softly
Oh,
as
God.
her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
By the way, the mouse pointer is a bloody dagger now.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
This is... Oh my god, let's approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Yeah, you're just the voice in the head.
As the princess
hello?
approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No. By the way, she's got quite the sexy bag.
Wait.
No,
this isn't fair.
wait.
You can't just do that.
No, I'm not going to
Watch
do
me.
that. Watch me, huh?
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. No! No! Warn her.
Stop that.
What?
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
No, I'm not going to do
The body
that.
lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
Oh, come on.
But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Yeah. I think we are on medication or something, so let's resist
The blade.
this.
Move the blade.
No.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Yeah, she must know that something else is going on here.
We both know this isn't you.
Yeah.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
What?
She plunges it into your chest.
No,
tearing
what?
through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
No, wait.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Then you shouldn't have done it.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Yeah, wait. I was actually thinking of using the blade with the bars or something.
For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Nah,
Whatever.
we are just
She
crazy.
sinks the blade into your chest again,
No.
and again, and again.
Don't do
You
it.
feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
nah. Then don't do it. What is this?
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
Come on.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
Oh, the poor thing. She's looking so sweet.
It can't just end like this, right?
But I mean, she's also like... There is a very sadistic thing about her, because the only thing she was thinking about to do with this blade was just to kill us just like that. No more talking or whatever. Trying to use the blade on the bars of the window or something.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
Yeah, what?
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Now that's just great and sweet. The damsel...
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So we are in a
You're
loop.
here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
We are in a loop, huh? I'm getting a terrible sense of déjà vu.
Terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
Yeah. So we know now we know that the voice can't be
If you
trusted.
remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Oh, another personality, the Smitten. Well, maybe that's the one, yeah, as we just got killed.
Our beloved?
Oh, yeah, can I go back? What did we say?
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. So all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Oh, yeah, that's very romantic, isn't it? Yeah. This is more than just déjà vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just
happened. We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Okay, the job to save the world. It's not necessarily, we don't necessarily need to slay the prince to save the world. So let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
You were the one who did us in, villain. Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her.
The guy wasn't here before.
Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake.
Okay, the narrator.
No
You meant the
princess
narrator.
is worth that price.
That is actually an interesting thing to say, and it's totally wrong, because that's actually a legal thing. You can't, you can't put one life against several others. One life is as valuable as countless others. You can just say it's unethical to say, okay, well, we'll just kill this guy and then 10 others survive or something, because that person's right to exist and to live is not less valuable than the other person's.
I beg to differ. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that Whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Well, she's free of the chain at least, but I think she should actually be bleed to death. But on the other hand, there's a reaction with the arteries, so they actually they stiffen or something. So actually the blood flow is reduced, but actually that is a very significant injury she just suffered. I think she's also dead.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
A parallel universe?
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
That is an excellent question. I mean, that world could have ended indeed.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Well, that is like ripe for theater, the guy.
Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Yeah, it's a place in our psyche, I think. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are.
So now I think that we also have a narcissist disorder.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Yeah, feeling flattered.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Calling us special isn't going to make us friends, even if it did feel nice. Oh, believe me, the last thing I want is for you and I to be friends. But I'm a professional, and I'm not going to let my dislike for you get in the way of helping you save the world.
You are being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
On the contrary.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
Nah, that's not good enough. The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. She could barely hold a knife. How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
No.
Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world.
Maybe like a memory. Our memory of beauty, of the love that we felt for someone.
Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
Well, that's
right.
all.
Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
I'm with them. I'm going to find a way to save her from that cabin.
That's right, you can't stop all of us.
We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does.
Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call.
Well, the first thing is that I wanna explore the cabin. Proceed to the cabin. We need to check out. Also, there is someone.
Before you go any further, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
Well, she looked kind of creepy in that one situation.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Yeah, I think indeed this is maybe the passion that we have in our personality.
Sure,
huh?
yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Okay, let's proceed into the cabin. So I want to really look through it. There's just this door. Let's look through it and find some tools,
maybe. The interior
maybe.
of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Yeah, so the thing is, like, the cabin didn't look like stones, like with stone walls, and also there weren't these windows like that, right? So evidently this is a psychological thing.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Or if we consider that we are actually in a computer game, there could be a dimensional shift or whatever. But well. It is indeed different from last time. But I don't really remember how it was actually. But I think last time it was a wooden one, right? You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
Because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Ah, that is suspicious.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here.
In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point? And I also want to look at us, so let's look at us first.
Great idea. We have to make sure we're looking our best before we save her.
We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless?
Also, like our hands looked weird, so let's look at us. Explore this whole cabin is different than last time. Approach the mirror. Yeah, let's look into the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Who am I? Well, you reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
But it was there a second ago.
But it was there a second ago.
Now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Yeah, that's very, very weird now. But well, so something is weird with us. But on the other hand, like, I guess she is not seeing us as we see ourselves, because otherwise I guess she would have not reacted like she did. Because if we are some sort of monster, scaly monster or something, I think she would have been way more scared, right? So then this whole cabin is different than last time.
Different. Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Okay, let's take the blade with us.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
It is more a dagger, not a sword.
Put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us. Again, there's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
I think we can use it as a tool, but actually I'd rather explore the cabin and look around. But, well, looks like we are not having that idea at this moment.
The creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
Oh, things are warming up now. That is certainly a hint, maybe, that this is the right direction.
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice.
Yes.
It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Well, that's a bit exaggerated,
I've held
maybe,
my
huh?
tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Well, she also looked pretty creepy in that one situation.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
But the hand is gone.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
That would be interesting, right?
Your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
I was so worried about you. You remember me, right?
Yes, we do. Yeah, the damsel. Finished the demo with the damsel. Her bosom looked a bit differently. What's going on now? Eh? Oh, that's it? There's 10 routes and 1 ending to find in the demo and many more ways to die. Yeah, what? That's it? Let's do it again, come on. Chapter 1, the hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods.
Yeah, we know there's a princess we need to slay. Forget it, I'm not doing this.
No, you have to do it.
I'm not saying anything, we are just going to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Let's proceed into the cabin. I would like to look around.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely
that was
bare.
what I remembered.
The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah, well then... I mean, there were actually not many more options. Now we are not taking the blade with us, so...
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly
Yeah, we know
illuminating.
that.
A voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
She sounds scared.
It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Yeah. I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Yeah, now, like, from her reaction, we'll know if we are actually hideous.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
She kind of looks, well, probably not disappointed or something, but worried.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Yeah, but so I think like the way we look is probably not the way we really look. Otherwise, I'm fairly sure that she would have reacted differently.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Nah. I'll see what I can do, examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a
let's
huge
be very direct
mistake.
here. Nah,
No.
you're just
You're
a
doing
voice
the
in the
right
head. Thanks, hero.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Yeah, it's more the thing on the wall.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
Yeah, let's do that.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
No, we are not cutting you.
She offers the suggestion
Don't
with
even get the
almost
idea.
complete nonchalance.
Don't get the idea of
If
biting
we were
yourself
stuck down here
again.
long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
No, we are not an animal or something.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Yeah. Aha, now we are just returning to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
No, we're just sitting here with her then.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Now we don't have a knife or a dagger.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
No, everything is fine.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates.
Don't do that.
Her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped
Yeah,
wolf.
okay, so that's why it's a horror game. The trap wolf.
As she rips
Don't
her
do
flesh
it.
from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal.
Ah, let's turn around and run to the door.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, or we could use it to free.
Now.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment,
No!
You place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh.
No! I mean, she could get a cyber arm on the other hand,
The
right?
blade is sharp, and it takes little effort
that's so
to crack through
horrible.
the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
No.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
Yeah, that's the suspicious thing, though.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything?
Yeah, well, that's
It's like
the
she isn't
real
even bothered by
weird
what just
thing.
happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yeah. Let's approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape.
Well, we never picked up the blade, right?
As
No,
the
but now we've
princess
got it again.
approaches the
Okay,
bottom
well.
stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
No, let's warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
Ah, but we
Princess
can do
dodges,
something else now.
stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Yeah, that's
Stop.
good.
Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Okay, now we try something else, because then she will just take the blade from us. So let's actually try to...
Thank you.
Did your best to resist, but in the end it didn't even matter.
There's no getting through to you right now, is there? A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
No, I just wanted to try, like, pretend we did
She
something.
pounces on you with the same animal ferocity
Oh.
she used to tear through her arm.
Oh, she's got very pointy teeth.
But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly at
Oh.
her heart.
That's actually not what I wanted to do.
Stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease.
Why does she suddenly have claws?
You collapse to the floor,
Aye.
your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric.
Okay.
If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world.
Well, okay, now things are... There's something not normal,
Can't
for
just
sure.
end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The real Slay the Princess starts here. The witch. Aye, okay, yeah.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah, we know that already. But I already slew the princess, sure. She also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
Yeah, so this is like the whole thing is very suspicious.
Maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
Ah, another person, the opportunist.
No, I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Okay, let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options. I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you apparently did. So great, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Well, let's see those consequences.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
Well, that is indeed an interesting
thing. Do you think the people
thing.
there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Yeah, I still think that we are just crazy.
That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we?
Yeah, and that's actually the thing. But I believe that that this is like her resisting is maybe the our hope that love is not futile and can be fulfilling, and is not always ending with a broken heart or something.
You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world.
Yeah. But let's talk about the princess.
Just be quick about it.
She killed me by ripping me to pieces, don't get me wrong, I had it, but how can someone like that end the world? To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she able to rip me apart with her bare hands? Yeah, well, we already asked that. Who actually locked her up? How can I make sure that she killed me last time around? How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
If she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she able to rip me apart with her bare hands?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
That is very suspicious again. Ah, you're being cagey. What are you telling me?
I told you everything you need to know. Going
okay, we already had that.
Just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word. I don't think either of you really need to press the man on this. He wants us to slay the princess, so why would he have anything to hide? He seems like a nice guy to me.
No,
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but you should really stop wasting time chatting amongst yourselves in the woods. So if we could move this along?
Yeah, let's go. So,
Great.
That's
now,
all.
if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
We could turn around and leave. Yeah. Well, let's do that. No, let's go to the cabin.
A warning.
I think we would
Before
just
you go
stand there again.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I think that's just our broken
Don't
heart
worry, I think we've
talking.
taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
See into the cabin. So how does it look? Like the second time.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood
The witch.
that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Let's go to the mirror without saying anything.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Says the hero. Yeah, let's wipe there.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Well then. Okay, well then. Let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
We could also just stab
Well,
ourselves.
if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
That's actually a good idea.
That's not actually a bad idea.
Yeah, I agree. So let's enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth.
That is very creepy.
The air smells of dirt and copper. It's
Copper?
thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Oha, is it different now?
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs.
Ah.
Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Oh yeah, so she's transformed, huh? I'm not
But
nasty.
you are. You're a wretched little thing.
Nah.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
No, we didn't do anything.
She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying?
Yeah.
Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy.
This whole thing could also be an allegory that it's near impossible to get rid of monarchy or
She
something,
seems
huh?
friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Especially as they were discussing, like, are you a monarchist if you refuse to slay her because she's a person and a
You
princess?
can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Yeah, that's actually my approach as well. Like to think from, like to explore the different facets of a problem.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
Nah,
You need
that
to
is a bit
stop
too toxic.
lingering. Your task is
Passive
to slay
aggressive.
the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. You're the boss.
Yeah, okay, so, and...
Thank
Oh.
you.
Ew.
You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
Hairy legs and a tail. What is actually burning there?
A fire crackles in the center of the room, casting unsettling shadows across the dirt walls. The princess crouches on the other side.
Okay.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
No, we could also bring a cookie or a cake.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
Yeah.
So, we've dropped the pretenses.
No, we don't have any pretenses. Actually, I didn't want to attack her. I just wanted to pretend.
Good.
Oh, the witch. What? What? No, it's called... What? Oh, come on. Now we can't talk with her. Oh, come on. Ah. Well, okay, now, come on. We are doing a third time. So, what time is it? I need to stop the episode soon. Let's do another one, another go in this episode. The hero and the princess.
You're here.
We're here, I know. So, we explored everything. Oh yeah, sweet, I've always wanted to offer monarch. Viva la revolution!
That's the spirit.
Yeah. So let's just try it
You make your
out.
way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
But so I would think
Warning,
that
she will lie,
that if
she will
we
cheat,
the more
we're not gonna go
aggressive
through with
we
this, right?
become,
Ignore him.
the more she develops into a bad direction. But if we kill ourselves or we let
The
her
interior
kill
of
us,
the cabin is almost entirely
I would
bare.
think that
The air is stale and
that
musty
this
as a
would
blade.
mean that she might be the one that is evolving or something. But let's try that.
You take the blade from the table.
Yeah. So let's kill her directly. And if that means, I guess she will defend
to the basement, her voice.
herself
Who's
and
there?
then kill us. Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Oh, it's different. It's different
Don't let
from
it fool
before.
you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh. Hey, just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
Let's look at her.
You walk down the stairs,
Okay.
lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful.
Coldly beautiful now.
Is she really a threat to the world?
Well, maybe now, maybe more
Focus
than
on the
before.
task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. No. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Steal your nerves and step forward. Yeah, we are not talking this time. Steal your nerves and step
You
forward.
step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Yeah, that is indeed the case, which is actually a problem.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
We are going to find out what you can
Do you
do.
hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Yeah, we're just following this original thing. So, also like the theory that she's evolving in a bad way if we try to kill her. Or like basically like if she doesn't survive the situation, that would reinforce the thing. So slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
Oh, the poor thing.
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Do we have feathers or something?
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder.
Oh my god. Now I feel so bad.
Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
There it is again.
Not sure.
That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words.
Well.
Yes.
Oh.
Even as she lays there dying, she entirely
Eyes are
believes
breaking.
herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face.
Yeah, well, she's not very sympathetic
But
right
is it
now.
over? Really over?
Yeah, of course not. That was too easy.
Over? Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
Now she's going to kill us.
I really don't think you should do that.
Yeah.
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us?
Yeah.
I've told
is
you
there?
everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Yeah. Check for the pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck,
Her
holding
cute
your breath
nose.
as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one. We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question? Wait.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
The heart can't beat if it's stabbed.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy.
What? Like, her hand is like...
Quick,
well,
let's get out of here.
No, I think she just grabbed our testicles or something.
It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess
Manifesting,
twists a
or what
blade
was
of
it?
her own deeper between your ribs.
Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, so sad. What was that? What did it say? Well, it's too late for that. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. Where did she get that one?
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
Well, actually, that's only fair,
See
right?
you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you, for whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well then, the razor.
You're on a path in your head.
Okay, well, there we are. Okay, then... Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no.
Don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Are we sure we don't want to turn around and hightail it out of here? I really don't want to be stabbed to death again.
Or the flinching. Yeah, that's the thing, so...
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
No, she has a knife of her own.
That's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us. Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
I wanna see how she looks now.
A warning, she will
Yeah,
love
let's go
It's good
forward.
to be careful,
You feel-
but you're really not helping with all that talk about death and dying. Agreed.
Oh, that's new.
Just ignore that clown and stay.
Yeah, we are focused. So let's go forward. I would love to actually look around the cabin because I think it must have more rooms.
The
right?
interior of the cabin is a jagged
Oh.
mess of warped wood and broken boards.
Yeah, now it
Their
looks
splintered edges as
especially
uninviting
creepy.
as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on it. The blade
Yeah.
is your implement.
Okay, well, but let's go to the mirror first. Let's
That's
say
because
this one.
there isn't a mirror. There's
Okay,
death.
blah, blah, blah,
There
there's
isn't. Can
definitely-
you two stop arguing?
I care about whether I'm being lied
As do
to.
I. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What?
Let's approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
We already know that. Let's wipe it,
Reach
and
forward
there's no
and rub
mirror.
your
Okay.
hand, but it was there a
Mhm.
second. Now it's gone. For the love of everything,
It's
can we
gone.
just
So
get this
let's go
over
down
with
there.
already?
Let's get this. Let's
You
get
take
the
the
knife.
blade. Okay.
Enter the basement. How does she look? How
Door
does
to the
she
basement
sound?
creaks open. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of
Yeah.
fresh blood.
Also, the music is way more
Hear what
creepy
sounds
now.
like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. That's right, scraping. I told you she has something. I told you.
Scraping.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
Now I'm quite curious.
Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There's something wrong with that voice. I can hear her bloodlust.
And actually now we might do
As you
something.
descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Actually, I expected actually something more devilish now, but
I
yeah,
wonder if she
okay.
remembers us.
Finally,
Hello.
somebody, quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
But I don't feel that I wanna save her like this.
We're not falling for it. She's tricking us. Can't you hear that threatening edge to her voice? She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. Then it'll all happen again.
No, but
If
I
she
wanna
sounds
get closer
threatening,
now.
It's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Yes, indeed, we are here to rescue you. Oh my god. The razor. Okay, well, they. Oh, what? Oh, again. Well, they do have some surprises up their sleeve, right? Well, okay, then let's do it last time. And this time we are just going away from the cabin, right?
Your
You're the
honor,
princess. Yeah, it's fine. Turn around
Seriously?
and leave.
You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
We are waking up from the psychiatry. Okay, fine. No, okay, fine. We'll go to the cabin. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna go walk in the opposite direction now. No, but actually, the only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Ah yeah, that's actually probably
Ignore that
another
annoying
solution.
voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world
Well,
can still be saved after all.
How convenient, isn't it? turn around again and leave
really
again.
Keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Although the princess is kind of creepy. Good, maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them, right? Nah. Yeah, you're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
Well, so?
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
And we're back at the cabin, I guess.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Well, well, let's try this one. Oh yeah, well, I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Well, if the
and
world
here we
ends...
go.
Oh!
As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
There you go.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the
Yeah, I
leaves.
think now we're really going insane.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
There you go.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Yeah, this is the path to insanity,
Wait.
I guess.
What's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you?
The
It doesn't
music
matter
is
how
also...
many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
No, really? I don't believe that. The stranger... Yeah, there you go.
You're on a path in the woods.
Ah, yeah.
You're here.
Well, okay, then let's have a look at her. So... Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks, huh? What? You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she?
Last time. Last I checked, there wasn't any last time. We've just met, you and I.
Maybe he really believes
If
that.
he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's
The
an
contrarian.
active audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Well, I liked the damsel best, actually. Those walls weren't here last time. You can just force me to go to the cabin. Yeah. No, I think we shouldn't slay her. So lie, yep, okay, heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to slay that
I
princess.
can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
Yeah, well. So I think the best outcome... Oh,
Before
yeah.
you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
If we're stuck
Okay,
going in
well.
there,
Maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Yeah.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
So actually, I think now we should try to not kill her.
The interior of the cabin is odd. The air smelling faintly of plastic, the wood of the walls fitting together at uncomfortable angles. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
I'd like to throw the knife to the mirror.
I, for one, would rather have it. We don't really know what we're dealing with here. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Let's go to the mirror. Oh, well, I wonder what happens. Let's take the blade first.
You take
I think
the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save
Mirror's
the world
still
without
there.
a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
Thumb at the bottom.
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Yeah, I wanna... What? Okay, let's hold the blade the other way.
Switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations. Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay,
well.
fine. You're right. This does look a lot better.
Indeed it does.
It really doesn't matter.
Well,
Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
I want to go for the mirror now. Ah, well, we could throw it out the window. Oh, that is possibly the best thing. But I want to go to the mirror first.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Let's wipe it with...
You reach
No,
forward
okay.
and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. There
Yeah.
was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us...
I would have liked to stab the wall
We'll find
or
it again,
something.
and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Yeah. So, and now we are throwing the blade out the window.
Yes, do it! Seriously?
Yeah. There you go. I can't believe you actually did that. Why?
You throw the blade at the window, the glass shattering as it flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without a weapon.
I think we should probably just hug her or
Can't believe you
something
actually did it.
and show some love.
We'll be fine, don't worry
Show
about
some
it.
love.
What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that. What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
And let's enter the basement. So at least now that we are not armed, she will not initially. She
The
will
door to
not
the
be.
basement creaks open, revealing a staircase built from an unidentifiable and featureless material.
Oh,
Steps
interesting.
barely seem to fit together, and upon closer inspection, they barely seem to go anywhere at all, let alone down.
That is even more
The
interesting.
air has an almost artificial quality to it, the scent of plastic from the cabin mingling with a cocktail of chemical odors. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs, its multitonal lilt adding to the already uneasy atmosphere.
Hello. Is someone there?
Yeah, okay, so I think this is like we are slipping into insanity.
Isn't what I expected her to sound like. What is she?
Well, she's not a princess, that's for sure.
She is a princess. Don't let your imagination run wild.
Okay. Hi.
Is that company? We don't remember the last time we had company.
Yeah, this is like a bit crazy.
It takes you a moment to orient yourself before you're able to start moving forward.
Ah, yeah. So, how does she look like?
As you enter the next room, the form of the princess comes into view, her wrist bound to the far wall in heavy shackles.
Yeah.
She locks eyes with you, one moving a little faster than the other, the loose skin of her face stretching into something resembling a smile. Holy shit. If we knew she'd be like this, maybe we wouldn't have tossed that knife out the window.
Why are you just standing there? Are you scared of us?
Yeah. The stranger. Okay. The stranger. Okay, well, that's certainly interesting. Yeah. Well, and I think we can end the demo here. So this is certainly interesting. So I'm usually not playing any horror games or any psychological stuff or like that, but this is certainly interesting. Yeah, the game will be out in a few days. I think on 20th October or something. Well. And I personally, I might check this out further. It's certainly interesting. I also like the art style, and it's certainly very, very interesting. Well, please do tell what you think. Yeah, and what theory you have. I think that would be interesting. Like, and we tried maybe. But I think we should. I think we should not. Let's do it just one last time.
You're here.
I'm just clicking right now, very quickly here. Okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
It's all part of the job.
So let's go in there.
You make your way up the short. A warning. We're not going to ignore.
Yeah. So proceed into the cabin.
The interior.
Can we actually take the knife so that we don't have any mirror here? Take the blade. And now we can't throw it out the window, okay? But then. So we go here.
Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Okay, again dangerous, okay. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
What? No way. Why would you even think that? I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine.
That's the thing.
We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Yeah, that's a very good argument. So, yeah, and that's the thing. So, I want to drop it.
Blade tumbles out of your trembling hands.
Why are our hands trembling?
Ceremonious clang.
Yeah, there you go. So.
Maybe now we can just talk.
Yeah.
Against your better
Hello.
judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
So I think she becomes more peaceful the more peaceful we are, actually.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
No.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
A relationship, huh? Yeah. I mean, because you're going to end the world. There's people out there who think you're a threat to the world. What do you have to say about that? Well, we explored that already. Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
No. Oh, well, actually, yeah. Yeah, I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share?
Oh.
How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Well, she's got a point there. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Yeah. A relationship are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
True. Well then, how would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
No. Don't think about the knife. Also, she looks a little bit crazy there again.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade.
No.
She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting. She is. I'm sure of it.
No. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
Yeah,
You
princess.
can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know
I find her less
why you're
sympathetic,
here.
but we're not going to kill her here. Let's examine the chains.
You have to be kidding me.
No, I
Walk
kid
up
you
to the
not.
chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine.
Yeah, I would
trying
like
break
to
them
run up
apart.
the
If
stairs.
you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended.
Yeah, we know that. We explored both ways. However, no one can throw a blade to us. So I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else
Yeah.
here?
No one can throw the blade down now. Hey, let me out of here!
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Nah, let's try
Try
the door.
but it's locked from the outside. I'll repeat
Yeah,
myself
can
once
break
again.
it.
You're here to slay the princess.
Yeah. Well then, so let's go
You
there.
make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I think we should probably do the
I heard
contra.
the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
No.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
No, we're not doing that. Let's save the princess.
Against your
No!
better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut.
No.
into the blade is sharp,
No.
and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack
Oh,
the bone.
no.
She pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so
Oh.
much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
But this is like very good horror.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
But I mean, she's like the arrogant form. Or like the colder form.
No, We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world.
Yeah, now
As
he's
the princess
trying...
approaches the bottom stair,
Okay, well, let's
your
do
body
something
steps-
else.
Wait, this isn't fair. Watch me.
So then we are directly slaying her now.
Bring the blade down
Oh,
and plunge it
yeah.
into the princess's back. Finally.
Oh, nice hairbow.
Okay. There's no going back now.
Yeah.
Though the blade left a deep gash
Oh.
in her shoulder, she barely so much as flinches, turning
She's
around
angry.
to stare at you incredulously.
Sorry, it wasn't personal, princess.
Are you serious?
No, we're not.
I
We're
don't
just
know
trying
what
to
came
help
over
you.
But if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death with one. But I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see that razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing.
Well, I mean, it's totally justified, yeah, to beat us to death now. I mean, we just stabbed her just like that. We are giving up.
As the blade falls from your trembling hands, the princess rears back, readying a bone-shattering haymaker.
Oh,
You fall to your knees, barely able to process the ringing in your ears before she hits you again.
oh, but she looks sad now. I think this is the right way to go. I think she needs to kill us.
Every blow is as punishing as the first.
Oh.
You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
Yeah.
If we're lucky, the wound you manage to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, we'll kill her before she gets out.
Oh, too weak to even try fighting back. How disappointing.
She places
No,
a
we're not
confident heel
weak.
on your chest and pushes you down to the ground.
Oh.
Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It
Yeah.
can't just end like this, right? I'm sorry,
Well,
but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
well. The tower. Oh.
You're on a... You're here.
Okay, that's something new. Let's just go to the cabin. We're just accepting that we are
Warning.
here now.
She will lie. She will... We might... Can we tell
Maybe
I'm
that's
not being
the
a
thing.
pessimist?
Oh, the broken.
I'm just being realistic.
No,
You're being
actually, I'm
annoying.
optimistic right now.
Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely... I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter.
No, I think like that. I think.
Rescue.
I
Given
guess
the stakes of the situation,
she's
it's
nicer
really
now
a
after
difference
killing
between
us.
Rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. If
proceed
that's
to
what
the
you
cabin.
want.
So we need to bring the blade
The
downstairs.
interior of the
Oh.
cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only
wonder if that's
furniture
a
of
good
note
sign.
is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The
Yeah.
blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we
Aha,
feel so
that is a hint.
small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Oh, poor pessimistic guy. Let's take the
You
blade.
take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I would actually say that this is more a column than an altar, but whatever. Let's go to the mirror. Maybe something
up
is
to the
there
altar.
now. Wipe the mirror
Reach
clean now
forward,
again.
rub
Okay,
your
but
hand,
we know
should
that we are
count ourselves
hideous.
lucky. Some
Let's
things
go
are better
in.
left unseen.
Yeah. Maybe. Oh, well, we can open the door, alright. So how does it look? And maybe if
The door
she's
to the
sweeter
basement
now.
creaks
Oh.
open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
Oh, I think that's a positive development.
This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Nah, that's never
Her
the
booming
good
voice
decision.
rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
That
You
doesn't
weren't
sound so
kidding
good
when
on
you
the
said it
other
was
hand.
Booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to
No.
get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
The broken is
Should
really
we be worried
a
about
bit
your
weak.
sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Yeah, let's go down there and...
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every
Is it?
step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next.
Oh, it's so big?
Soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess
Oh.
towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
She's a bit angelic there.
That isn't what she looked like last time.
Yeah.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
Yeah, I think the chain is more a spiritual thing anyway.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
I think we are going to rub your feet.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
Well, we drop it because we want to drop it, not because you say we should drop
The blade
it.
slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor.
I never intended to use it anyway.
We didn't have to do that. And yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
Nah.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
No, we're not kneeling. No.
But the words don't leave your mouth.
Oh.
Instead, your legs buckle and your knees hit the floor.
Oh.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
The tower? Okay, well. Well then. So that is certainly interesting. Alright, so that's actually very interesting. It's certainly intriguing and interesting. But I think we need to stop here. So, thanks for watching, guys. Please do share your thoughts. I would appreciate it. And I'm sure many other people would as well. And if you feel so kind, you can also click the like button right now and subscribe to the channel so you never ever miss an episode again and support me a tiny little bit. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.